sister. All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We are back in the building. Been out of the building a week ago, celebrating Labor Day, but we're laboring today back to have another outstanding show. We got a very, very special guest in the building tonight. We are talking about Sowing Seeds, Inc., and you have got to hear the dynamic sister that is going to be talking to us about that. 6-year anniversary in radio for the crew here of Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J. Our predecessor show will be in the building as well at some point. We're expecting guests to call in, and you know what today is. It's 9/11. We'll have reflections on that as well. And the football season started. The National Football League started last couple of days. Some folks watched, some folks didn't. Did you boycott? Did you not boycott? Why or why not? We got a big show, and we're glad to have you with us. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. That's me. Guess what? We're live. When? Right now.
Yeah. It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, then they must be half stepping. Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893. Be down with the flagship show heard live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you to everybody who is rocking with us. We have special thank you to those folks down in Houston, Texas, as well as those folks listening to us in Florida. We know you guys been through a whole lot, and we appreciate you guys taking a few minutes and rocking with us. Our thoughts are with you. Special thank you to those folks that are checking us out right now on the Facebook Live. Much love to you guys, as well as a special thanks listening to us to the folks listening to us on TuneIn, as well as on our website, www.legacyinternetradio.com. Every single week, y'all rock with us. We will roll with y'all. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be a part of tonight's discussion. As I let off in the tease, we got an outstanding show for you guys tonight. We are going to be talking about today's date, which is September 11th. We'll have some reflections from the crew on September 11th. Where were you? What was your life like? How have you changed? How do you see the world having changed since then? This week or this month is our 6-year anniversary in radio. We'll have some more reflections from the crew with regards to that. We also will talk to the crew about the National Football League. A lot of folks are boycotted over the weekend. A lot of folks have some very strong opinions whether to boycott or whether not to boycott. We'll get into that. We have a special guest that our special guest will introduce here in just a moment. You hear our sister join us every opportunity we have to have her, and it's always my honor to sit in the room next to the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio, our sister and yours, comedian Ness, Lissa P.
Ow, ow.
What it do?
Oh, nothing, buddy. Legacy Internet Radio ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Family.
That's me.
No, I said the family.
I'm the Marcus J of Ain't No Half Step.
Oh, okay.
Like that. That's me.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, to the family, you all who are a little bit more important than Marcus J
Yes.
right now, because without you guys, there would be no reason for us to be here. So
Not even a little
you're
bit.
way more important. So, hey, y'all. Hey.
What's up,
Marcus
Alyssa
J,
P? What's happening?
you weren't here last week. What happened?
Well, you know what it was? It was a holiday, and
That's
it was
right.
Labor Day. And
was
when they say
off.
it's Labor Day, you're supposed to not labor.
Right.
So even though this is the candy store, this isn't like work, this isn't a job,
Right.
but it was Labor Day, so we took the day off. I watched the Yankees. I had some fun, chilled, and just didn't do anything. What did you do? Why weren't you here?
Well, I think it was fun for you because you got paid for that day off, right? Were you off?
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
from your
I got
full-time?
paid to not labor.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, it was a fantastic
Outstanding.
Labor Day for me.
Yeah.
Labor-less day for me.
Labor less,
For myself.
but paid full.
There you go.
Was that good?
I'm going to put that on a T-shirt.
Yes, sir. We can get live action captions. Our brother said to make that
Yes.
T-shirt.
Said from live action captions. I need that on a T-shirt.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
That's okay. He pays us, so.
Well, he does.
Yeah, so thank
he
you,
definitely.
Sid.
Yeah, how about that? We take care of him. He takes care of us. Ain't no I step with Marcus J is
Yes.
live from the Dana Legacy Internet Radio. Our phone number is 804-402-2893. First lady, we have special guests in the room, do we not?
Yes, we have special guests in the room.
Plural
More
with
than
an S?
one. Yes, with an S. But I'll let my guests introduce the other special guest that's in the room. But right now, Legacy Internet Radio family, it is a first for you all, but she is a long time friend of mine. Right now in the building, in the den of Legacy Internet Radio, we have my friend and now yours, Miss Andrea Ross. Hey, boo, how are you?
Good, I'm good.
You look good.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, yes. And before we move any further, let's just introduce your special guest, who is beside you.
My special guest is Miss Kaden Ross. This is my little one.
Hey, Miss Kaden, how are you, beautiful? You're good. We're so happy to have you here too. Thank you. School been doing good?
Yeah,
Yeah. What grade are you in this year?
6.
6. How is it? Is 6th? Wait, is 6? Is that middle school? This is your first year of middle school? Oh, girl, we're gonna have to talk later, okay? Okay. Thank you for being here again. All right. Okay. Now, Miss Andrea Ross.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, I've called you Andrea and I've called you Andrea. I'm just gonna keep it real because you are my friend.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to call you Moni.
that's fine.
I have called you Moni since I've known you, probably since middle school or high school.
Yes, Andrea's the government name, but
Yes.
Moni is the
Okay,
public name.
so we're gonna leave the government out tonight.
That's right.
But so right now, because you're friends with the Legacy Internet Radio family,
Yes.
can they call you Moni too?
Yes,
Is that
they
okay?
can.
All right, so we're gonna keep it simple. Again, you guys, if you all want to call in, the number is 804-402-2893. Again, 804-402-2893. Now, Miss Moni,
Yes.
you have a nonprofit organization called Sowing Seeds, Inc.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we get into how Sowing Seeds became, let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
And we're gonna, with the permission from you, we're gonna go back kind of a little bit before Sowing Seeds.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about you. And when I say a little bit about you, we're gonna go ahead and get, what you say, into your medical. We're gonna
Okay.
get into some of your medical history. And when we say medical history, you'll understand why. So tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I am Andrea Ross, owner of Sowing Seeds, and a little bit about me. As a child and younger into my adulthood, I had an issue
Okay.
that I thought that I would never overcome. And that issue was I had seizures.
Okay.
And into my teenhood, adulthood, doctors had always put me on medicine, trying different medicines to see if they would work. That never worked.
Okay.
As I got older, my seizures were getting worse and worse and worse. one neurologist that I had, he couldn't control them, so that's when he referred me to MCV.
Okay.
And from MCV, I stayed at the epilepsy monitoring unit where they had taken all my seizure medicine away because they wanted to pinpoint where my seizures were coming from.
Okay.
So from that point, they determined that I was having right temporal lobe seizures.
Okay.
The doctor had then said that I was a candidate for the brain surgery because that section of my brain that was causing my seizures, it would not interfere with anything that I could already do.
Okay.
So from that point, after he had decided that I was a candidate, I thought long and hard about it, talked to my husband at the time, Kerm, about it, just to say, you know, he's saying I'm a candidate. What do you think?
Okay.
At first, he was a little iffy to say, that's an important part of your brain, you know, are you sure? And I just felt a peace come over me to saying yes, and if it's going to help me, why not?
Right.
You know, doctors are already saying that if it don't, you know, clear me up completely, then at least it'll be a 99.9% chance that it'll slow them down dramatically.
Okay. Now, Moni, let me ask you a quick question. So you began having seizures when you were in...
I was a baby.
You were a baby.
So all my life, that was all that I knew was...
Okay. So how often would you have the seizures? Like you said, as you got older, they start getting worse. So let's say middle school, like your daughter, middle school into high school, how was your seizures?
That far, I don't remember like how frequently I was having them.
Okay.
But when I got into high school, I do remember having them in school and having friends to, you know, take me to the clinic. They knew what was going on. So I had friends that would take me to the clinic. My sister was at the school with me then. So, you know, they would get her, let her know what, you know, to do for me during that time.
Okay. So it got to the point you said that you had become a candidate for brain surgery to actually correct the seizures because you were having them so frequently. So were you in, what grade were you in when you had the brain surgery, or were you out of high school?
I was out of high school.
Okay.
I was out of high school then. Kerm and I had gotten married, and we had gotten married in 01. My brain surgery was in 03. So from 03 up until, they had given me about a year to see how I did after the surgery.
Okay.
After I never had any seizures, after the brain surgery, that's when my doctor was like, you don't have to see me anymore. You know, you have a clean slate of health. You can try to have a child. You can try to, you know, get your driver's license. And after that, it was like sky's the limit.
Wow.
You know, it was like I had a new life because I could do things that I never could do before.
Right. Okay.
And it was like things that I could do with my husband, you know, then now that I couldn't do, you know, then.
Right. And within you telling us about this, and for people to understand why I wanted you to talk a little bit about that, is because you mentioned your husband, you know, going, you know, I hear you mention him. Why are you going through this? So Kerm, which is, but his government name was Kermith Ross. Okay, but we call him Kerm.
Right.
He was your high school sweetheart?
He was.
High school sweetheart. And he actually got together. You got together with him. You got together. And he knew about your seizures.
He knew about my seizures and still wanted to be with me. So that meant a lot to me. You know, to say, okay, this man is willing to take on my burdens, you know, and to make them his.
Right.
And yet wanted to be with me in spite of. So that meant a lot to me, you know, growing up and being young.
Right.
In love, you know, thinking that I would never get to that point or have someone that loved me in spite of my sickness.
Right. So you said you had your brain surgery in what year?
2003, February of 2003.
February of 2003. And what year did you get married?
April of 2001.
April of 2001. So were you having seizures prior to your brain surgery? So like around your wedding,
right?
You were having you're still having seizures.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And you said by you having, you know, the seizures, you never thought that Kerm would stick by you, or you all would be together. And did you tell him how you felt? Did you say those words to him?
And I did. And I have a letter at home right now that he wrote me when I was sick, just saying how I hate to see you sick. I love you. I want to be with you. You know, just know that it hurts me to see you,
Right.
like this.
Right.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get better. And I
Right.
think just having a positive mindset when you're going through something
Right.
makes a world of difference.
Makes a lot of
It
difference.
does.
Right,
It
right.
does.
So you had your brain surgery in February of 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And after you had your brain surgery, how were things for you?
Wonderful. I was seizure free, and every day I'm thankful just, for that chance of getting in contact with that doctor that made it happen for me.
Right, right. Do you remember the name of that doctor so we can shout him out or
Right.
her?
My neurosurgeon was Dr. Catherine Holloway at MCV.
Dr. Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, boo.
And my neurologist then, and he has now passed away, his name was Dr. Stephen Corey.
Dr. Corey?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to you, but thank you too, brother. We
Yes.
appreciate you. Okay. So everything was good after 2003?
Everything has been great since. Have not had an aura, have not had a seizure, was able to get my driver's license, was able to have a miracle that I have beside me right now.
Oh, my little sugar boo.
Life has been good.
With her
Very
cute self.
awesome. Yes,
Life
with
has
her
been good.
cute self. Again, a Legacy Internet Radio family and 8 No Half Stepping Marcus J. We are talking to the CEO and founder of Sowing Seeds Inc., Miss Andrea Ross, which you all can call her Moni now,
Yes.
with because she said that y'all could.
Yes, you can.
But after 2003, things were good, but then things took a turn.
It did. Had Kaden, and
What year did you have Kaden?
she was born in 2006.
She was born 2006. Okay.
And in 2009 was when he had his accident.
Okay. And we're speaking of your husband, Kern.
Correct.
So can you tell us what happened that day or that night?
That night, we were all at a family event,
Mm-hmm.
and I had left before he did.
Okay.
So he said, I'm not going to be too far behind you, And I said, okay. She was already sleeping, so I said, it's already like 11 something. I will take her home, get her in bed, get her out of the dew. So he said, okay, I'm not going to be too far behind you. And then his twin brother, Carl, had said, well, if he's too tired, he can stay at my house. So I said, okay. So with me not hearing anything, I just assumed that he had stayed with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I get a knock at the door. So I'm like, okay, I'll just unlock the door. He may not have his house key because he's on the bike. He normally leaves his car at his dad's. So I'm like, all right, he doesn't have his key. I just unlock the door, get back in the bed. That's when I see my mom, other people from the church, my brother, and then I see a state trooper. So my mom was like, go put on some clothes and come back out here. So I said, okay. But still, I was still wondering, like, what's going on? Why are all these people here?
Right.
And it was at that point that I got the news that he had an accident and he didn't make it.
Okay.
So
All right. So from that point of them telling you that, where did they take you from there, or where did you, I guess, get to go to where he was to?
I didn't, because she was so young then,
Okay.
and I knew she probably would have remembered all of that and, still had questions about why we're here,
Right.
Why is this going on?
Right.
And even though we didn't go, she still had questions. Why is everybody at my house?
Right.
Where is my dad?
Right.
Where are all these people coming here? And she would say, again, another day and all these people? So when you're young like that, you don't know how to explain it to them
Right.
other than daddy's died and gone to heaven. Because at that age, you can't comprehend, and sometimes we can barely comprehend the loss or try to grasp, like, how to deal with this.
Right.
You know.
Right. So at that time, you stated that you did tell her, or the best that you could.
Right.
Now, from that time of you finding out, were you offered grief counseling? From like, I know when my father passed away, it was somebody that they had through the funeral home that offered grief counseling 13 months after the person had passed away. Were you offered any type of grief counseling at that time, or?
No grief counseling. But one thing that did help me was they had a forum, a young widowed forum, where you could ask questions. You could see the topics that other people were posting. And you could kind of, look at their story and how they dealt with the loss, to try to fit it in to see how it will work for you.
Right.
So that was one thing that helped me. And just having a big support system, you know, family, friends, they didn't let me down. They were there for me in spite of what I was going through. And it wasn't like they treated me differently.
Right.
You know, and that is one thing that I try to tell other people.
We're getting a hit in social media. My brother Dan is checking in. Thank you for checking us out, brother. My brother Dan is saying he's sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Now, Moni, after, and again, if you all want to call in, if you have any questions, you can dial 804-402-2893. Again, the number is 804-402-2893. Now, sowing seeds, how did that come about?
That came about, 2011 was when I got that vision. But in 2011, I was still going through my own emotions and, you know, grief. So it was like, you know, it was just a small voice that came to me. And then it was like, you know, God, how can I do this when I can barely encourage myself? So for a while, I put things off and put things off. But then over time, I came in contact with so many people that were just like I was, who were young and widowed. And it was people who didn't have what I had.
Right.
As far as my late had a plan for me and my daughter, for our daughter. So I've come across people whose significant others, they didn't have a plan. They didn't have life insurance. They did not have a savings account to fall back on. So it's like, how do you continue to live your life after something tragic like this has happened?
Right.
So Sowing Seeds came about, I want to say, it had to have been a few weeks afterwards, because I kind of juggled to say, God, how can I do this? You know?
Right.
And it was like, okay, you're saying start a mission, start a charity, but for who? And for a while, it's like, okay, I used to have seizures. I can help children that's had seizures.
Right.
You know, then I thought of my situation that I was in right now, and it was like, you know, help people that's just like you.
Right.
You know, you can make an impact on them just as someone has made an impact on you way back when, you know, you were going through your other issues.
Right.
So that's how Sowing Seeds kind of came about.
And one thing I want to say, so especially in something so traumatic and sudden as that, a lot of the things that we don't realize that is important is life insurance.
Yes.
How important life insurance is. A lot of people just think that, oh, you know, I don't know why people think that we're going to be here forever or it's not going to be needed. But it is very expensive to bury a loved one.
It is.
And, you know, even my father, you know, he told us, he was, you know, don't waste the money on a funeral, you know, just have me cremated, you know, and even cremation is expensive.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, for you to be young and to have a child and to not have, if you don't have a savings or life insurance, how expensive it actually, you know, can be and put more pressure and burden on the family.
Right.
So with your nonprofit organization, you're right now just, and you said it started in 2011.
That was, the vision came in 2011.
Okay.
Earlier this year was when I filed the 501c3.
Okay.
You know, and like I said, money was always an issue. I would talk to other lawyers and they would say, it'll cost you $3,000 to get this done.
Right.
God has put people in my path to lessen that cost for me.
Very
so
good.
It's like, you know, it's just been like boom, 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 you know, everything happening so fast. And it's like, whoa, this is moving too fast. Please slow down.
Right. Oh, so you're so
Please slow
excited.
down.
Just get your
But
blessings
I am
one by
just
one.
excited now to see that how everything has transpired and how everything is moving so quickly. So it's like, this gotta be what I need to do. This is it.
Awesome.
As I'm listening, you know, I'm humbled by your story. We met a few months ago, and you shared some of these things with me. And first of all, I just want to thank you for being here. You talk about the vision that you had in 2011, and you filed the paperwork now. How were you going through the previous 6 years before you actually implemented? I know you mentioned that there was some financial burdens that kind of was a barrier of you actually going forward. But talk to us a little bit about how you were feeling in 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 with this vision in your head, knowing that one day you gotta do it. What was that like for you?
It was It's overwhelming because it's like, it's people out there that can benefit from this.
Right.
But it's like for me, I get paid once a month on my job. So it's like home comes first automatically,
Right.
So it's like, I need to focus on home. I need to focus on my child. I need to focus on any maintenance that I need to do around the house, any type of car repairs that I need to do. So home always came first. But then it was always in the back of my mind, God, I need to make this happen.
Right.
I need to do this.
Right.
And like I said, I just connected with people. In 2015 was when I connected with the gentleman who helped me file my articles of incorporation, helped me with my bylaws, my conflict of interest for the nonprofit. And it seemed like since 2015, everything has just been falling in place. And it's like, oh my God, I've just been mind blown myself to see how quickly everything has kind of transpired.
Right. So tell us specifically, what is Sowing Seeds going to do? Talk to us about the nonprofit and what the plan is going forward. What are we going to do?
The plan, say for children, say that's lost a parent that wants to go to college, don't have that funding, or that mother or father don't have that extra income to help them. If I have the funding to help with tuition, books, stuff like that. If it's children that is around my daughter's age or younger, a parent may need help with, say, childcare. That child wants to play recreational sports, this can help them. If the parent is behind in bills, and if I have the funding, I can help them with that. Also, burying that loved one. Like I said, we know it costs $10,000 on up just to bury a loved one. So that is a burden in itself on this loved one that's left here to have to foot the house, the car, rent, what groceries.
Right.
It's a lot. And sometimes, like social services, they have things, but it's not for people that make over a certain amount.
Right.
And, I make over the limit that social services would require, but yet I needed help.
Right.
If my late didn't have things for us. So it's like, you can't make over 15,000, whatever, the poverty level is, but yet, how can you really live on that?
Right.
So that was just how I had, was able to come up with this vision and the plan. And it's like more things that I want to do, but it's just a matter of, putting it on paper and, having programs to have, money in account for books, for tuition, for recreational, for bills for that loved one, for burial costs,
Right.
And then we can just kind of put it all together.
Right. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. You want to talk to our sister Moni, that's what we're going to call you, founder of Sowing Seeds, Inc. And we appreciate you listening. 804-402-2893. Our sister, your cousin, Danielle, is saying that she's so proud of you and that she loves you and Kaden.
Thank
so
you.
if you
Love
want to
y'all
say
too.
you want to say anything to them, and then we appreciate that. You've got an event coming up.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
And first of all, before you even say anything, Facebook Live, did y'all see the smile that she just pulled out that illuminated the entire room? Even if the light wasn't on, it would have been on because you just lit up. Did you see it?
That's glow in the dark smile.
Yes, sir. Yeah. First lady, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, man. She's like, bing. So you excited?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's talk about
So
it.
we.
God,
Yeah.
I'm so excited because it's like, God, I've been waiting for this. And I've even talked to my friends last year, be like, ladies, I want to do a launch party, for this and that. But things had come up
Right.
to the point where I had to put it off.
Right.
So I was like, this is my year. I filed the 501c3. We're going to make this happen. So got connected with Valerie. Valerie was one of the ones that helped me, that was a part of the Fallen Biker Committee, that helped me during Kerm's funeral, and she's helping me now.
Very good.
So I appreciate and love her for the support that she has shown me. And with the launch party, I just said, I just want to have all my family, friends, supporters there, and other people just to know what Sowing Seeds is about and
Right.
who we're trying to help and what we're trying to do.
Right.
So I said, I just want people to just come, enjoy yourself,
Right.
and just hear just what we're about and just to see.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And that kickoff is going to be when?
Saturday
This Saturday.
from 6 to 10.
From 6 to 10.
Yes, at the Lynx Clubhouse.
Okay, so that's the Lynx Clubhouse, and that
Yes.
is at 801 Virginia Center Parkway.
Yes.
And for those who are in the RVA area, that is in Glen Allen. The zip code is 23059. If you want to MapQuest it, you can. Is there still MapQuest? Is that it?
MapQuest, GPS.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, the
Google,
GPS. My bad.
and
MapQuest.
and
is that still around?
yeah.
Okay, well,
I use
that too.
MapQuest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, it's at the Lynx Clubhouse.
Yes.
It's this Saturday, September the 16th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., which that's grown folks' time.
Yes.
Now, are children welcome, though, or is
No
it?
children. It's gonna be adults.
Okay, so it is.
because it's a cocktail, lunch party.
Okay, you might have some apple cider, I didn't know,
and
some
yes,
sparkling
it will be
punch.
some water.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you all have H2O.
Water.
Be excited.
Water.
Yes. So that is very exciting, and Legacy Internet Radio will be there.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
I was getting ready to say, I'm just sitting here like, I am so excited for
I am
you.
too.
I'm so happy for you. Again, I personally know, you from the time when Kern passed away.
Right.
And like I was telling you, before we went on, I always looked at you, and I can honestly, I always looked at you and was like, how does she do it? How? It's just so amazing to me because, some things that you would think as far as myself, like, oh my God, I would break down, or I would be in the crazy house, or I feel like I would have to die too.
Right.
And then you look at other people, when they can smile and then we can still hold their head up. And again, I'm just like, how? But you're such a blessing, and you have such a gift over your life. And I've known that for forever. But then after that, even through you having your seizures, because I knew you through that too.
Right.
And again through that, and then the accident with Kerm, and again you still standing even after that. Again, I was in awe, and this has no choice but to work.
Right.
Like I'm just telling you. I mean, the universe has no choice but to give you this, because how can it not? I mean, you know how it feels. So, a lot of people, and I know for myself, a lot of people don't want to go to counselors and other things, because I always say, if you can't tell me how I feel, or if you can't say that you've been through the same thing, of course we're not going to feel the same thing,
Right.
but if you can't at least remotely tell me you can feel me a little bit, then I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because therefore I feel like you just went to school to read in a book what you want to diagnose me with.
Exactly.
Seriously, like even after my mom and dad passed away, I would go to these counselors and they're just sitting there saying, okay, so write this down. And I'm looking at this lady like, I don't want to write nothing down on paper. I want you
Yeah.
to take this away from me.
Right.
Ma'am, has your mother and father died?
Yeah.
No. Okay, then I need to go.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are closed-minded like that, like myself. But for someone like you who I can come to you and say, I lost my husband, or I lost my wife.
Right.
Help me, because I know you know how I feel.
Exactly.
And I think that Sowing Seeds Inc. is just beginning its greatness. And with a great person leading it, again, it has no choice but to work. And
I appreciate it.
if I have to be the person, I don't know if you have like a mascot for the Sowing Seeds yet, but I got you, girl. I'm
I'm gonna
telling
keep
you.
you in mind. I appreciate
I mean,
any and all support I can
I
get.
told you, you're family.
Yes.
So we've got your back regardless.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And now you're Legacy Internet Radio's family. So they've got your back too.
Thank you.
So you already know, now that this is home, you know how we really say in the country, now you come in, you get your own water, you just show up, don't call a second, you come by, just
You're
drop
right.
on by.
That's right.
So therefore, not only for that, but for Sowing Seeds, Inc., if Legacy Internet Radio can do anything for you, we're
Thank
here.
you.
So, if you wanted to add on anything else, if you wanted to, again, your contact information, how they can get in contact with you,
Okay.
please let everybody know everything.
I will add this. We can't play a pity party when we go through certain things.
Right.
Because sometimes I feel like when we play that pity party and it's like, woe is me, that's when it gets like really depressing.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it's like we're stuck on that situation.
Right.
But if we keep a positive mindset to say, I'm going to make it through this, I just have to go through the process.
Right.
So that's how it was for me, and I had to think about my daughter. I'm like, I can't just focus on me. I got to focus on her too.
Right.
I got to make sure she's good. I got to be good so I know that she's good. You know,
Right.
if I break, then who's going to be encouraging her and, you know, making sure she's all right.
Right.
So it's like little things that you think about. And for me, I think about my future. I think about my child's future. And I try to tell people, just don't live in today.
Right.
And if your loved one passes and you get a chance to have just come into money, put that aside. Do a college fund for your child.
Right.
Set aside something for a rainy day.
So
Don't
true.
just blow it all up just because you have it to blow up. You
true.
still have to live.
Yes, you're so right, and again, for that advice and for you to be able to share that, I feel like Sowing Seeds Inc. has come in the time where it needs to come.
Yes.
Because it's finally made its circle, and from your vision to 2011 to right now 2017, it's great. And your event on the 16th. That's going to be awesome. We'll turn into a first annual to a second annual and beyond.
Yes.
And again, Legacy Internet Radio, we're here for you all the time whenever you need us. So again, don't be calling and saying, can you come by? Just go ahead and drop by. Bring a case of water when you come. Just bring some beverages.
Some food next time
bring
I come,
something to eat, a little sandwich.
Yes.
But we love you.
Love y'all too.
And give everybody your contact information, the web address, and any other information, how they can
Contact
donate.
information, you can
We'll
donate
support
on
it.
my website. That's www.2soseeds.org, or you can reach me at 2soseeds@gmail.com.
Okay, and that's www. It's the number 2.
Yes.
And then it's SOW and seeds with an S.
.org.
.org.
Yes.
So again, we will post that I'll post it on my my page and the Legacy Internet Radio page. And can they reach you on Facebook? Are you
They
on
can.
Facebook?
I am on Facebook.
And
I'm on
it's-
Instagram. I'm on Twitter.
Oh, everything, all social media. So don't say you can't get no
Yes.
donations to her, because you can. We got a donation box at the station.
Yes.
If y'all want to drive by, drop $1 or 20 in there, you can. But again, it is Sowing Seeds Inc.
Yes.
Andrea Ross,
Yes.
aka Miss Moni.
Yes.
Your event that again is coming up this Saturday, September the 16th. Just Bloom Cocktail and Launch Party. It will be from 6 to 10 p.m.
Yes.
at the Lynx Clubhouse.
Yes.
On 801 Virginia Center Parkway.
That's right.
Thank you
Thank you
so
and y'all
much
for the family
coming.
for the invite.
Exactly. First time is an invite. Second time,
Show
just
up.
walk in.
That's right.
You getting some love from your brother Daoud is saying all the way up, Moni Sowing Seeds Inc. Nubian.
Yes.
So he's
one of my board members.
Yeah, he's saying what's up to you.
Hey, Mr. Nubian.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Nubian, you should have been in the station tonight.
I had a question before
Mr.
we
Nubian. All right.
we wrap up. Sowing seeds. Where did the phrase come from? Where did you get that? Was
I
it something that just
thought,
came to you?
It came to me because, sowing seeds could be seeds of love, seeds of encouragement. And, I try to sow positivity any chance I can get, for somebody. So that's what I thought of, when it came to sowing seeds. And not just sowing seeds for widow and widowers. It can be a sowing seed for somebody else.
Right.
So it can be like a worldwide thing of anybody sowing seeds for other people.
Right. I like it.
So
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I had Stephen Marcus J. live from the Den of Legacy Internet Radio. We're talking to our sister, Andrea Moni Ross of Sowing Seeds Inc. Outstanding organization, having their launch, our launch, because I'm going to say our,
right.
this Saturday, the 16th of September here in the capital city. We're going to take our first break of the night. Are you able to hang out with us for a little
Sure, I'll
while?
hang out with y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Take our first break of the night. Facebook Live, I shut you down, bring you back up. Taking a break. When we come back, we are going to talk about today's date, September 11th. Where were you? What do you feel about the last 16 years and how our country has changed? Marcus J., comedian S. Lissa P., and our sister Moni, and a special guest we're going to bring to the mic on the other side. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Step. Marcus J. Be back in a few. Y'all stay with us.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's yours truly, comedian Micah Bam Bam White, and I'm rocking out with you right here on Legacy Internet Radio. You heard it right, Legacy That means what your life is about. Internet is where you can find it. Radio, that's who we are. Check us out. Peace.